Now, what is fullness? Actually, one time I was preaching a message similar to this about fullness, and I asked the crowd, it was a college students, I said, how many of you want to live in the fullness of God? And it was shocking. Like half the room raised their hand. I was like, for real? You don't want to, like, why would you not want to live in the fullness of God? Why isn't everybody raising their hand that you would want to live in the fullness of God? And I think because we know that to live in the fullness of God, it really requires you following him fully. And so many of us, we want to be 1 foot in, with God, and 1 foot in with the world so that we can still be cool and still be relatable and still have fun and still, have all that satisfaction, except for we're wondering, wait a second, why am I not feeling fullness? It's because you haven't fully dived in. Now, what does fullness look like? What does fullness promise? Y'all, fullness of God is amazing. God is love. That's who he is. The fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, even if we stop there, isn't that what we all desire? To be loved, to have peace in an anxious world, to be joyful in a depressed generation, to have hope that this world, thank God, is not our home, and there's something better to come. That we would have peace that surpasses all understanding, joy as a strength, love eternally, purpose, passion. A family, community. It's everything you ever wanted. It's fullness. Compromise just offers temporary satisfaction, but God offers eternal hope, eternally good. So why am I preaching this message that seems so serious? It's because there is serious consequences to compromising, and there is seriously good news in Jesus. When I think about compromising this way and convictions and stuff, because some of you might have been like, this is like, are you serious? You felt that bad for watching Love is Blind? I remember one time, and I'm gonna say her name because she's a friend, and I'll tell her I said this and she can watch it. But I remember watching Jenny Allen preach one time. Who loves Jenny? I love Jenny. And this was years ago. This is before I started preaching or anything. And I was watching Jenny preach. And she came up on stage and she played this up like this was about to be the biggest confession she ever made, and to her it was. She said, I'm about to confess something, and I'm so embarrassed to confess this to y'all. And it was like this huge thing, and I'm leaning and I'm like, what is Jenny Allen about to say that she has been doing? And then she paused and she said, I doubted God. And I remember kind of being like, and? Because I was like, you doubted God? I doubted God. Like, is that really that big of a deal? But she felt so convicted by it. She felt so bad.